everyone. Renee McCartney here with a MEC with McCartney message. So, simpler times. Okay. In this crazy world that we live in, I mean, it is so super crazy. I mean, I'm 44. So growing up in the 80s was really fun and it was simple. And we didn't communicate the way that we communicate today, with all the technology. Our kids don't even communicate the way that we do. So we constantly have to teach them how to do it and how to interact with other people. The craziness that ensues in our world, whether you turn on and watch the world news or the regular news, I was like flabbergasted again this morning right before I left for the gym to hear about the professor who was shot and killed in UCLA. And immediately I thought, oh my gosh, my daughter was at UCLA. Like, I would just want to fly there right now and go get her and bring her home and protect her from everything. And, and it's just globally we're in trouble. As a nation, we're in trouble. And it's kind of scary. So finding your simple place is so important. And I realized this today for myself. 2 days a week, I go to this aerobics class. Kelsey Weiss is our fearless leader, and she's amazing. And it is such an awesome group of women and men of all walks of life, all ages. I'm not kidding you. And it is electric, that class. I grew up dancing. I studied as a dancer for socializing. Hello, Electric Playground. If you grew up in the Northeast, Mardi Gras, St. Tim's dances, Orion socials. Let's never forget the old Holy Ghost prep dance. They were my favorite because I love those preppy boys. But anyway, that was what was fun for me growing up and dancing. So going to this aerobics class, twice a week, only for 45 minutes do we jump around like a bug on a hot rock. I am engaging mentally and physically into something like that door shuts and I found my happy place. I found my simpler time. So I shut down from the world around me. I'm committed to what's happening right there in the moment in that room. And I am recharging myself not only physically but mentally when I leave. It is so important. What is that for you? Do you have that? Have you found it yet? Do you have it and watching TV doesn't count, and, scrolling on the iPad or your tablet on Facebook doesn't count. Do you paint? Did you always want to paint? Did you take a painting class? Do you build things? Do you sew? What is it that connects you to that simpler time that you had? Because we have to remind ourselves constantly of what that used to be, because we have to pass it on to our children. And then we have to then pass it on to the community around us, because this craziness that we live in of like not even communicating with each other anymore. Like sometimes I'll talk to the person in the grocery store and they look at me like I have 6 heads. I don't know the person, but I just talked to them. And I'm like, they're so separated from how we used to talk and communicate. There's this like hilariously funny comedian, I'm sure you guys know him, Sebastian. He's like so funny, and he does this whole bit on company, like growing up, how it was when like company came over. It was really exciting. Like, we just stopped in the neighborhood, here we are, and he says like how and all our mothers had like the Entenmann cake just for company. That's for company, don't touch it. And nowadays when like there's a doorbell rings at 6 o'clock on a Saturday, it's like, oh my gosh, run for cover, we're not home, shut the TV off, shut the lights off. Like, we don't even, company is not welcomed. You know what I mean? So as an exercise for yourself, and I think is our community, because when when that opportunity is calling upon you to be that better person and be centered and know who you are, taking that time to remember what is simple is really going to help you get through it, and it's going to make you happier. I know it is, because even though I only get to go twice a week to my aerobics class, and I find simple in other things in life, but I mean, that's my time. It's made me already happy. Like, I look forward to it, and nothing will. And once you get it, and once you have it, nothing ain't taking it away. You ain't giving it up. I'm telling you. All right, so let's make every day count, because that's all we have, right? Minute to minute, hour by hour. Let's make it count for ourselves, for our family, for our neighbors and our friends. And make it up.